Hello there, Tolkien fanatics. Hope everybody's doing well today. So, earlier this week we talked about the Garrison of Dale, and I did a breakdown of it. So today I wanted to actually take a minute and kind of show you some list building ideas that I have had and I use when building my Army of Dale, as well as some things you can do with them. So, excuse me, I am using the Lonely Knight Army Builder. I do recommend using this. I know some folks like Battlescribe, but Battlescribe is extremely inaccurate, and I actually ban the usage of it when it comes to submitting lists for my events. Just due to the fact that it's clustered, it's unorganized, it's inaccurate, to emphasize that yet again, and it's just a pain in the ass to understand and pay attention to. So, you can see here, there's a lot of stuff that's involved when it comes to, what's this thing called? I just totally forgot. Lonely Knight Army Builder. I don't actually ever usually look over here. I just focus on what's going on and being written and put in here. So, go ahead and jump into it. So there's a couple ways to write Dale, I think. And one of them, and the way that I think is better, is the Horde. So, oh, that's weird. There it is. Okay, that was a very delayed reaction there. But yes, it's the Horde, and that's actually using Garrison and captains, and not taking the new guys, Brand and Bard. There's nothing wrong with Brand and Bard, but I personally just don't think I like the way that those guys play. They're kind of expensive for what you get. Now that being said, compared to a Garrison, they are well pointed. But if you're just trying to write a list, and we'll go ahead and do 800 for this. And the reason I'm going to choose 800 is that's kind of the meta in the US right now, is somewhere between the 7 to 800 range. And 800 points, it's pretty easy to scale down to 750. And from 750, it's usually pretty easy to scale down to 700. So, I mean, the first thing you would take if you're just dropping from, say, 800 to 750, you can automatically see it right here. The first thing you might want to look at getting rid of is just getting rid of Captain. That would easily drop you the 50 points you need. And then from there, I would recommend probably the second breakdown from 750 to 700 would be more in the troop arena. So let's go ahead and take a look. So I've got my heroes maxed out just for what Lonely Knight Army Builder brings. You can of course put more in here if you would so like, but I think at 800 points these 5 heroes is good enough. And I've toyed with having all of them with bow, some of them with shield, all of them with shield. I think a split of 50-50 for 4 heroes is enough. So when you do your deployment, you would probably deploy Garrison in your center, and then your captains with your bows next to them. That way if you do any heroic shooting, they'll be able to benefit from each other to do so. And then put your guys with shields on the edge so they can defend flanks and push, maybe the edge of your army, because your army is going to be very large and spread out if you're going with a horde mode. Another thing you can look at doing if you want to try it, I have not played with it, and I don't think I ever will, just because of its point cost, but you could look at putting the Wind Lance in there. Now you can see that the Wind Lance is extremely expensive. Garrison is 75, and with the Wind Lance, he jumps to 150. So the Wind Lance is 75 points. Dang, I'm dying over here. So 75 points, I mean, that's a hero plus troops. And it is a siege weapon, so it does have to follow the siege weapon deployment rules, which means it's going to be in your back 6 inches, and it's going to be really hard to move. I think you can move it. I think it's a small siege engine, so it's only going to have a 24-inch range, and you're a good army. Now, I'm not saying that taking the Wind Lance is a, it's a must not do, because if you're going to play this horde army the right way, you're going to bank on their strength 3 elf bows. And that's why it says elf bows here and here, but they're Escroft bows, but they're elf bows. You're banking on the army bonus, increasing you from 4 up shoot value to 3 up shoot value, including your captains. Captains get increased to 3 up shoot value, plus just spamming as many of them as you can. So maybe having Garrison in the middle sitting back and shooting with that wind lance isn't a bad idea. And then if that's a route you want to go, maybe you think about going ahead and removing this fourth captain and switching up and taking the elf bow over the shield. Now that being said, you can also take shields. You're just simply not going to have the ability to gain the +1 to your defense. So your captain is going to maintain defense 5. I like having the defense 6 captains on the edge. Like I said, that's why I give a couple of them shields and a couple of them bows. So why would you give them a shield and a bow? Well, that's simple. If they get into combat, you can shield with them. Yes, you're still defense 5, but you can shield. Go ahead and get 4 dice. And use that to maybe keep your captain alive and hold a flank or hold an area. So not a bad idea to go that way. I wouldn't go that way. That's just me. But again, that doesn't really fit my playstyle. So if it fits your playstyle and you like that idea, by all means, go for it. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Oops. Put the wrong. You can't put a 2. It's got to be a 1. Oopsies. Alright, so let's put this guy back down here. Alright, so I'm just going to write out a quick warband and see what I can get. So I've got spear and shield guys. I've got just shield guys for my front line. Elf bow, and then this is going to be my banner. Now you can put a warhorn in this list too, which might be something you want to think about doing. If that is your thought process to go that route, I would actually recommend going ahead and dropping this 4th captain. Because of the fact that he's 38 points, you're really looking at a huge hit into your numbers bonus. Let me just show you. So we'll put this in here. And let's go ahead and fill this out to 800 and just kind of see where I'm at. Alright, so 684, not bad, not bad. Let's bump this up a little more. Alright, so now we're getting close to maxing out in Warbands. Alright, there we go. So that's maxed out. And I think personally I would go ahead and just put my last guy as an extra bowman. So it's 56 models, 797 points. Not bad, okay? Like I said, I am going with the Horde here. So that's why I'm not taking any of these Knights of Dale. I think if you drop this, well, not the Hornblower. Oh yeah, if you drop, you kind of don't really have much of a choice. Oh, I forgot I have a 5th captain over there. Well, shoot. So that's going to change these warbands up. I only did 4 warbands worth. Oopsies. Okay, so okay, 3. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so 56 guys. Everybody's 9, 9, 9, 10, 14. If you drop this captain, all right, then you can take the horn, and you're actually kind of, well, that kind of shoots my idea in the foot, because you're actually maxing out your warbands. You have to have this captain, so that's something that's interesting. I didn't realize that until now. Maybe the idea is don't take the warhorn, and then just max out your warbands as best as you can. Let's see what we can get. So 7. So I can just take 1 guy. Okay, so I can get 60 models. So I increase my count by 4. And here's an important thing too that I'm not doing. I definitely want to maximize my bow shots. So take that guy. Yeah, we'll just switch this with this. Alright, so there we go, 60 models. So I have maxed out my 800 points. I have a couple maxed out warbands. Maybe move some guys around. Put this guy over in this one. You can do your warband layout however you want. But like I said, you're looking to use these guys as a kind of stationary, don't run at the enemy. You lack mobility. Yes, you have 4 captains, all have might to do marches, but you're still lacking mobility, which is going to hurt you. But having 4, 8, 12, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 potentially plus 325 bow shots at strength 3 and 3 of them at strength 4 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them with might behind them on a 3-up shoot value. Yeah, you're sitting still and calling a couple heroic shoots to try and just peg your opponent, you know, depending on their army. Obviously this isn't a world beating army. It's not going to be able to do everything for you. If you're going up against some like Belrogs or defense 8, defense 9 stuff, those strength 3 bows don't mean jack diddly. But a defense 6, even a defense 7, you know, shield wall, you're gonna have a much better odds of taking things out. And then defense 5, defense 4, even defense 3 armies. I mean, defense 3 armies, you're talking like Wood Elf warriors. You're talking, what is it? Not Serpent Guard. They used to be Watchers of Karna. Defense 4 armies, you're looking at like Rangers of Ithilien, just Rangers in general, those kind of things. Defense 5 armies, you're looking at like Men at Arms. You're looking at Clansmen of Lambdon. Those are defense 4. Those kind of things. Rohan's a defense 5 army, other than their elites. You're gonna do a hell of a lot of damage. An all-mounted army is going to be scared shitless of you, because even a heavy cav is a defense 5 unit. You're wounding them on 5s, and you can go ahead and take your shots with your heroes or your warriors and knock down in the ways, knock down things you need, and then use your might that you have with your heroes to peg and hit enemy heroes off their horses, to, you know, take out elite troops on horses, to just do crazy things that you need to do, which is, you know, awesome. So 25 bow shots at strength 3, with 3 of them being potentially 3 strength 4 shots, is nothing to laugh at. And that's why I think the horde mentality is definitely the better way to go. And then, yeah, you do have low courage. They're courage men. I think they're courage 2. They might be courage 3. Don't quote me on that. Which is probably not a bad idea to put the Warhorn in. I just think that adding a few more bows, that's really, really what you're going for. But 56 models at 800 points with a Warhorn, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad deal. And you know, you could actually go ahead and use my own theory against me. If you're going to use this list exactly how you want, like I'm talking about, and you're saying, yeah, let's go heavy with shooting, drop the banner, because you're not really looking to get into combat then. You're looking to drop the banner and maybe go ahead and utilize that. So who knows? Just some thoughts, some ways to do things there. But that's the first way. So looking at the second way to play is with the new guys. And I have built the list, and I kind of like it with the new guys in it. I'm just going to go ahead and delete all this. Okay, so let's throw Bard and Brand in there. And then we're going to put 2 captains with them, which makes sense. I'm going to give them shields in this situation, because now you're looking at a combat list. This is the list you want with combat. So we're going to put these knights in here. And I'd say let's go 4 in each warband. I like 4. If you like 5, go with 5. I only bought 9 of these super overly expensive things. So I think, honestly, 4 is enough. As you can see, I'm already at 408. Where before, when I had 5 heroes, I was at 300. So moving on, these are going to be your frontline troops because of their little bonus where they like being charged in the spear. So you're talking about 4, 8, you know, basically 12 guys that are going to be your frontline troops. So you're going to need to give them some spear support, and you're going to even give them a banner. So we're going to throw a banner at them right away. And then we need to give them spear supports because, yeah, 12 guys, they need to be supported. So we're going to go 6 and 6. Well, I'm sorry, we're going to go 5 and 5 here. And then, let's see, we've got to throw a couple bows in there naturally, so we'll put 3 in each one. So moving on to the captain's warbands, let's see if we can't get 3 bows in each one of those. That would be preferable. Again, you still have your army bonus of +1 to shoot value, so there is that. And then you're going to automatically know you need to add 1 warrior spirit shield in order to back up the captains. And then from there, let's just add some, you know, frontline troops. So let's go 2, 2, and then we'll buff that to 3 and 3 to back them up, because that's how that's going to work. All right, so now we're looking at 726. Not bad, not bad. 2 bone limits, so let's go ahead and max out the bows. Now let's go ahead and add a couple guys here to this warband, because your heroes are your max bet. You definitely want to have your hero warbands as heavy as you can. So we got that going on. So now we'll just come back here and twiddle with the heroes, or the captains, I mean. So put that and that. All right, so we're at 795. So 7 models less. You know, some could argue, well, yeah, look what you've got. You've got a lot better stuff. Yeah, that's true. You know, I'm not gonna argue with that. Brand and Bard are definitely both better combat heroes than Gyrians and the captains that I had. But now we look at their shooting, and you got 4, 8, 11, 14 bows, all with warriors, none with heroes. And you could argue and say, yeah, well, let's go ahead and give these guys bows over shields, you know? Let's make it so, let's not put 11, otherwise it's going to air out on me again. Let's have our captain sit there and shoot. Well, if you do that, you end up going to leave a large portion of your army behind. And even if you try and do the whole moving and shooting, you're basically nullifying your own army bonus at that point, which maybe that does play to your style. Maybe you want to do a kiting, moving, shooting type of, you know, horde wall. 53 is still very good for a horde. With a little bit of, you know, extra with these elite guys getting the +1 to wound when they're charged. So you don't really mind being charged, but you don't want to obviously sit back forever and get charged. So I don't think that the Warhorn is so much necessary in this list, because you have Brand, who's a hero or legend. I mean, that's why it shows right here. You know, he's 18, you know, 16 of 18, 18 troops. He is a hero legend. And I don't remember, I don't have his profile. Let me see. Nope, that's that one. Nope, that's not that. Okay, I thought one of them had a bonus thing. Okay, there you go. That's what I was looking for. The Lord of Dale. So he's got a 12-inch stand fast, and he's courage 5 with 3 will. You got a really good chance of passing that. Plus, he's a hero of legend, so he's auto passing his first break test anyway, so he doesn't really care. Maybe this is one where you do think about putting it in, though, because you're a combat hero and there is a Terra meta. You do want to have the ability to maybe to get that +1 to charge. Let's see. Dang it, I exited out like an idiot. What about these? These guys are courage 4. Be really cool if these Knights of Dale had bodyguard. I feel like that's something they should have. Maybe they'll get it when their true official, you know, update comes, and they can have it. But maybe getting them to courage 5, maybe taking a Warhorn isn't a bad idea. So let's throw a Warhorn in here just for posterity, and we'll put it in Bard's Warband, just because, like I said, Brand courage 5, he may not really need it. Doing that unfortunately puts him over, so we'll take that out, and then we're way high, way high. So one more guy at least, so we're gonna have to drop, say, one more swordsman. 799. What did we go down? 3 units. That's not too bad. So what was that, 53? Yeah, that's might be worth it to have that Warhorn in there in order to do that. So that's one way to look at it too. Alright guys, so that is kind of a horde and then an aggressive way to do it. Let's look at their allies. So their ally matrix, I don't remember it off the top of my head. I'm gonna grab my book. I got my book sitting next to me. They are green allies, I know, with Airborne Reclaim. No, not Airborne Reclaim, I'm sorry, Army of Throar. Let's see, do they have green allies with anybody else? I don't think so, if I remember correctly. No, they don't. Now, gotta pull this up again because I exited like an idiot. I remember seeing, okay, here we go. So they can be historic allies with Airborne Reclaim as long as it contains Dane Ironfoot or Thorn Stonehelm. Okay, so that's convenient. You could go ahead. Yep, that's not what I want. Yep, there we go. And maybe drop these 2 captains if you decide not to play it pure, which actually isn't a bad idea. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this Warband out, just because, yeah. Let's go ahead and drop this down a little bit. Even these numbers. Okay, so about 510 points what we're sitting at now. That's a little heavy for what we want. So we're looking to try and maybe get this closer to 50-50. We're 400 type thing. So, oh well, that'll help too if I take those guys out. All right, so 3, 3, 4. All right, so 436. All right, if we take the Airborne Reclaim, we could go with the new Dane model, who's really, really good in my opinion. And then you could go ahead and lead some Goat Riders. So we'll put 2 Goat Riders in there. And then we'll put some guys with spears and shields in here. Or if you want to get really creative, let's do this. Let's completely get rid of these spear and shield guys. Let's go say 6 and 6. Maybe you have this many models, maybe you don't. That's really good. We're at 600 points, so we're kind of heavy on points. But let's see, 12. So 744. I can leave 4 more guys. Let's put a 3rd Goat Rider in there. Why not? 3rd Goat Rider can't hurt. Let's bump that to 14. No, not 144. Good lord. Come on now. So 788, 12 points. Let's see, Garrison of Dale. Let's go ahead and bump this to 7. No, we'll put a bowman in there, because that's all you're shooting. So 7 bow shots. All right, now you have a banner, 7 bow shots, 2, 3 kind of pretty kick-ass heroes, some really elite troops when you're charging them, some strength 4 guys that are defense 7 backing them up. Small quote-unquote model count at 40 models, but not bad. You're looking at a very elite list that has a good amount of guys in it. Now, the one thing that you may be missing here is March, because you've lost your captain. That being said, you know, you do have, Goat Riders, which are really good. So if you want to take it a step farther, I think actually maybe Thorn is a better choice here. 1. There we go. So that puts me a little over my unit count. So we'll drop that down to 12. Now we can go ahead and just take some sword boys as frontline troops. And you bump up to 42 models. So, you know, an idea there as well. And just different ways to play with the list that can give you a pretty elite unit. I think I would probably take Thorn over Dane. Nothing against Dane. Dane's pretty dang good. I don't remember what his new rules are. Let's see. Do I have it here real quick? Dane Thorn. There we go. Cool. So he's got a Master Forge hand-and-a-half weapon, which means basically he's going two-handed for free. Fearless. Didn't remember that. I should have known that since the old Dane has it, or the young Dane has it. Might be worth having that. So maybe switch it back. But I do think the cool-headed idea might not be a bad idea. Also, plus having a heavy armor or a shielding hero, 3/3/3 across the board. Yeah, he's a Valor. So you're kind of like, which one do you throw into combat? Dane or what's his name? Bran. Yeah, Bran. Because one of those two has to be your leader because they're legends. Maybe you go with Thorn because he's got the ability to stick around longer. Even though he's got 2 wounds, which is kind of goofy, the 3 fate is not a bad thing at all. That's just kind of a personal thing. Which one do you prefer? But yeah, those are their allies. And then the other ally is Army of Throar. So let's go ahead and just throw together a quick Army of Throar just to show that and get it done with. Doing so, you have to take Girion. So I'm going to take a Girion. Oh, excuse me. Captain with an elf bow. Just a smattering of guys. I'm thinking 3s across the board. How's that look? 290. That's kind of low. Let's see. Let's see what we got over here. Let's see what we got. Let's put. Where's it at? Oh, Army of Throar. There it is. I think if you're gonna go with that route, you definitely want to take Throar and Thrain. What in the hell? What is going on here? Just gonna undo all this. That was weird. Okay, cool. Whatever the heck I did, my bad. So do that. Take some Guardians of the King. Yeah, they're ridiculously expensive at 12 points a model. Let's throw 7 of them. We'll go 8. Even 8. Even 8. What do we got? So 8 guys with Spear and Shield. It's not bad. What about 10? Can we bump it to 10? 10 guys, Spear and Shield. There we go. So 751. So that's pretty good. You got 22 units now. You're going to deploy these guys right next to each other. You know, Thrain right in the front, Throar right next to them. So you'd have 5 to each side. Probably let's try to go 12 actually, because you're going to want those Spear and Shield guys to support. So 44 units, 771 points. Not bad. I'm not too worried about a banner here because Throar counts as a banner for the army bonus, which you maintain, as you can see. So I got, what, 29 points to play with. What can I buff? Let's add a warrior here, a warrior there, a warrior here. Okay, 797. There we go. 47 units. Not bad. I like it. 7 bow shots, kind of low. You know, not a big deal, though. You do have 7, 8, 9, essentially. The Garrison of Dale at this point is just kind of coming as a, yeah, we'll give you a few support troops on the flanks to go and complement, you know, Thrain and Throar. But Thrain and Throar are going to be the guys who are going to try and walk in and kick ass and take names. And then you've got the march ability with the captain. So, yeah, guys, that's pretty much everything I can think of when it comes to what to talk about for our list building with Garrison of Dale. A little bit more than I was expecting. But you can see how they're pretty good. And then you definitely got some good army bonuses there as well. Unfortunately, right now, the Iron Hills army bonus kind of sucks for Garrison of Dale. I think they get... I know, what is it? Dane gets Master of Battle, but you're not going to have Dane with... Or the old Dane. And that's Lord of the Iron Hills who gets it. So they might... I'm expecting maybe that'll change when he becomes King Under the Mountain. Maybe he'll get that. Come on, where is that? Airborne Reclaim. Yeah, because Lord of the Iron Hills gets it, but I doubt King Under the Mountain gets it. I want to see. And sorry, it's Airborne Reclaim. It's not even Iron Hills. So I honestly don't even remember what the Airborne Reclaimed one is. Let me go try and find it. 36 is Airborne Reclaim. I'm looking at my Hobbit book right now, guys. All friendly airborne dwarf models from this list gain the Dubakar special rule. I don't remember what Dubakar is. I think it's a banner rule. Or maybe it's reroll ones. Something in that nature. It's in... Hold on, let's see if I can't find it real quick. Trying to find it. I'm not really sure. I don't remember where it is at. I thought one of these guys had it. Army Thor, no. I don't remember, guys. I'm sorry. Whatever the Dubakar special rule is, you get to gain that. So there's that. I think it's got something to do with a banner, but don't quote me on it. But yeah, that's our look at Garrison of Dale and different ways to build the army. My personal favorite, I think, is the Horde. It's actually what I've been working on. Second favorite, without realizing it until I started doing this, is I haven't really tinkered with it. I just had ideas in my head, and I really started tinkering the numbers here. I actually kind of like that Brand, Bard, Thorn, or Dane combo. So, might have to keep that one on the back burner for the future. But, alright, I'm going to go ahead and cut it here, guys. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like below. Please share, please subscribe. It really helps me out. We got to beat those damn YouTube analytics. If you just watch the video for a minute or two and you don't like it and you don't subscribe, then YouTube doesn't think that you guys enjoy the content, therefore they don't push it. if you guys like it and you subscribe to it, then it will push it and it'll help me get more viewers out there and get the stuff brought up in searches, which means, you know, more views is definitely going to help me out down the road. And the other thing, definitely please leave a comment below if there's an army you want me to explore in this way. I just thought this would be a cool follow-up for the Dale, you know, army review I just did on Wednesday. And pretty good idea, I think. I may be wrong. Y'all can leave a comment below. But yeah, if there's an army you would like me to go over, please let me know and I'll see what I can do. But as always, until next time, take care, have fun, and enjoy your Tolkien Legendarium.